you must not lose faith in humanity, because humanity is like an ocean. If some of the drops in the ocean are dirty, it doesn't mean that the entire ocean is corrupt. Let me start by saluting the words of Mahatma Gandhi. I think this quote clearly defines the philosophical framework of mankind. Friends, colleagues, today in our webinar, we are discussing a very relevant topic. It's not that much amazing topic, but a very relevant topic. The topic is very simple. Management strategies for nation building. I think you are very familiar with the word strategies because it's very popular in management. Especially when we study management in MCOM or MBA, we know that a subject called strategic management will be there. But why we have to discuss management strategies with a process called nation building? What is the relevance? What are the objectives? Or why nation building is an important topic to be discussed in the management dimension? I think these questions are very relevant in today's context. When we go through today's context, various emerging topics arises. So these questions are very relevant when we make a comparison. So this is we are going to discuss in detail. So welcome to the webinar on management strategies for nation building. First of all, what is nation building? It's a very important area. Systematically, we can say that organized, structured action plan initiated through the state means the government, is called nation building. The prime focus goes to the developmental aspect. We have to attain development in a country. So we need various departments, various functions, various activities. So we have to combine with a common goal. Common goal is very simple. Economic development, something like economic development, growth of resources, eradicating unemployment. The thing is, we have to fix a big target, a long-term target. Then the action plan initiated to attain that particular target is called nation building. All sort of activities. It is combined. First of all, it is very scientific, it is organized and it is structured. The first element we have to discuss in nation building is the historical aspect of nation building. First of all, we have to go to the 18th century. We know that French Revolution. This revolution not only revolutionized the France, but also in every nook and corner of the world. A slogan called liberty, equality and fraternity had revolutionized the entire mankind in the world. The big focus of this particular revolution was to destroy or eradicate monopoly. We know that Louis XVI was the emperor at that time in France. So people occupied France. They had fought against the entire mechanisms which was initiated by the emperor. So this had maintained a different message in the history of mankind. Thus, a structured program was initiated, a people's format, a people's government, the voice of the common man. These concepts emerged in the history of mankind. Thus, we know that nation building had made a systematic entry to the world. Even when we go to the United States of America, we know that the American Revolution, there is a famous quotation of Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was one among the big leaders of American national movement, especially the American Revolution, and he quoted a very important area in nation building. It is like this: the tree of liberty requires transformation from time to time through the bloods of patriots. Lots of sacrifices are necessary for a strong nation. If we want to build a strong nation, we have to make sacrifices, because when the going get tough, the tough get going. Coming to the Indian perspective of nation building, we can go to the ancient perspectives of Indian history. We know that a person called Chanakya, his other names are Vishnugupta, Kaudilya, like that. He developed a book called Arthashastra. In that particular book, he clearly defines the role of a citizen in nation building process. Also, in Nidhisara, which was written by Shukracharya, he also gave a systematic code of conduct for nation building. So the Indian perspective of nation building is also very clear. coming to the Travancore, we know that a person called Marthanda Varma, Highness Marthanda Varma, also created certain contributions, small contributions in nation building. So even when we go through Mahabharata, Ramayana, we know that there are concepts like Dharma Yuddha. Dharma Yuddha means you have to be noble in war. All these concepts connect to nation building, because when we discuss nation building, it is nothing but rules and regulations, set of goals, code of conduct, etc. You have to be disciplined, you have to occupy that target with a process like that. All those scientific aspects are very necessary in nation building. When we move to 21st century, we know that lots of international politicians are influencing youngsters and students. Coming to Barack Obama, at the time of his campaign, when he was elected first time as the president of US, the campaign was very simple. What we need is change. So now nation building is transforming. Even coming to India, we know that a person called Narendra Modi, when he was elected as the Prime Minister of India, the media used to maintain a campaign called India Modified. So now nation is emerging to development. For once India was an underdeveloped country. Now India is a developing country. Through what process? Through nation building process. This is very important. Nation building is a big topic to be discussed. But the priority of our webinar is not to know what is nation building, how to adopt new strategies in nation building, otherwise management strategies in nation building. So now we have to discuss what is management strategies means. Strategy, I think that word will connect us to military concepts, because it emerged from a Greek word called strategos, which means general. In Greek word, strategos means it's general, and thus strategy evolved. Some of the experts used to say that strategy means plans and policies. Other business experts or economists used to say that strategies means a defined plan. It is not only a policy or a plan, but an action plan. How to implement, what are the alternatives, a set of alternatives. We have to choose a clear alternative or an exact alternative and initiate it as an action plan. Some used to say that, some others used to say that it is a format or a formulation process. So many debates and discussions are there, but the clear exact explanation for strategy means creating long-term plans, initiating the plans in effective manner through proper alternatives, also equipping proper resources or giving proper resources to these particular implementing process and strengthening or empowering it and to achieve the target. The entire process in detail is known as strategic management. So here we are discussing certain strategies to empower nation building. My dear friends, our country India is advancing. Even I would like to say India is aging to be young. We know that 60 to 70% of the Indian population belongs to the age group of 10 to 30. It means India will be the global workforce. Within 2020, even Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had clearly defined that India will be a strong power in 2020. But these all concepts are very good. Even it motivates us, no doubt. But the thing is, what is the reality? Certain realities which we have to address. I would like to remind you the situations in the northeastern sector of India. What is happening there? Still we are having lots of confusions. Still we don't have that much political clarity. We are not getting democratic solutions in the northeastern sector of the country. Even coming to the concepts like Maoism, communalism, terrorism, concepts like these are penetrating into Indian economy in a negative sense. Also, we have to discuss about Jammu and Kashmir. Some issues are still there. So, when we plan a strategy, we have to adopt all sort of initiatives throughout the country. We have to accept and respect the differences which is happening in the country. So this is what we have to maintain in management strategies. We used to say that India is a country which have unity in diversity. But we have to respect these diversities. Coming to South India, coming to North India, or Central India, or Eastern India, or Western India, all are having different sectors, or all are having different tastes and preferences. But the thing is the common interest. I am Indian. This is very important, my dear friends. So we know that in 21st century, globalization is the king. Even globalization created a situation that the fittest will survive and the rest will perish. It is nothing but the survival of the fittest. So concepts like these are very important. So how India will become a superpower? Or how India will help poor countries, even going to Africa or Asia, there are certain poor countries, underdeveloped countries. We have to uplift those countries also. Why I am saying is this, because we Indians support and respect the preferences of other countries. Our patriotism is always like that. My dear friends, my mother is always superior to me, but it doesn't mean that other mothers are inferior to me. This is my idea of patriotism, the Indian patriotism. So this concept is very important. But when we discuss the realities, what we need is scientific techniques. And this is why we are adopting management strategies in nation building process. So the first point which we are going to discuss in management strategies is strategic planning. I will repeat, strategic planning, the first strategy to be initiated in nation building. We know that planning means thinking in advance. What should be done, who should do it, what sort of activities must be initiated, all sort of steps and activities will be there in the planning process. Even planning is considered as the primary function of management. But coming to strategic planning, it is something different. First of all, strategic planning focuses on the result part. When we come to planning process, we will start from the primary area. But coming to strategic planning, it is always backward moving, because the target is very big priority in strategic planning. It is a scientific technique which we use to initiate our goals. We know that we have certain visions, we have certain missions. But the thing is, in strategic planning, the laser-like focus will be there for goals and targets. First of all, we will conduct a detailed analysis. When we go to, in organization's perspective, strategic planning means analyzing the entire departments in a detailed manner, then creating certain plans or sub-plans. Then we will assemble it, then we will maintain a common plan. A common plan will be there, then we will initiate, or we will recommend it to the next top level management dignitaries. This is what in organization perspective strategic planning means. But coming to nation building process, it is something different. Strategic planning means we know that we have lots of resources in India. But the thing is, resources are very scarce. We have to use or make the best available resources in a greater manner. We have to maximize the usage, but at the same time, we have to preserve, conserve, and protect our resources, because we must initiate sustainable development. The future generation also demands these resources, but we have to respect the needs and wants of the future generation. So coming to strategic planning, we need more expertise in this particular process. We have to know every nook and corner of the country, what all resources are there in the country, how we can market it. Some products of India have a global exposure. When you go to Dharavi, when we speak about Dharavi, we know that Dharavi is considered to be the world's largest slum. In Mumbai, Dharavi is there. Even people have some negative trend for Dharavi. But my dear friends, for your kind information, the products produced from Dharavi are reaching to global markets. This is an important area, my dear friends. So this is how you have to brand your products. This is very important area in management. This is why we need management strategies. Even when we go through the examples of Kerala, I think in Coir board they are having a marketing strategy. When they market the Coir products, they use a tagline called the golden yarn of Kerala. the golden yarn of Kerala. Even a big branding for coconut, otherwise coir products. So this is what the branding strategy, only through a detailed analysis. First you must analyze the entire concept. This is what strategic planning means. A systematic process of a systematic process of creating a vision to better results. This is what strategic planning means. So our first strategy for nation building is strategic planning. Now we are moving to the second strategy, which is strategic human resource management. We know that human resource management is a common topic, but coming to strategic human resource management, it is something different. First of all, what is human resource management? In an organization's perspective, human resource management means inviting people, assembling people, giving proper training, then recruiting these people, then giving jobs. Also, we will conduct certain training programs, some development programs, some human development activities. All these area concerns in the HR department. This is what organizations do. But coming to strategic human resource management, it is something different. We know that in an organization there will be 8 to 10 departments. But when we coming to these particular departments, we have to maintain a common target. A common vision must be there in the organization. You give some target to the production department. You give some other target to the marketing department. This is very common in organization. But coming to strategic human resource management, what we are initiating is simple. You can give any sort of orders, any sort of numbers, thing, any targets, no matter. But the thing is, you must maintain a common goal. Because all these diversified activities must focus on this common goal. So this is how we connect this strategy into nation building process. When we know that in our day-to-day life, the road is constructed by PWD, Public Works Departments. Even in Kerala, electricity is initiated by KSEB, Kerala State Electricity Board. Also, the water supply is through Water Authority. It's also run by Kerala government. So the thing is, sometimes KSEB creates certain issues. Sometimes Water Authority creates some issues. Sometimes PWD creates some issues. The thing is, they don't have a common goal. This is the thing. So when you maintain a common goal, they will discuss with the other department if you just constructed the road or not, so that we can initiate our work properly. What we need is a proper consensus. You have to start talking. You have to give proper communication. Even just maintain a communication system between these government departments. Then I am damn sure that we can bring a big fortunate economy in our country. So what we need is the integration between various departments so that we can exchange information. At 21st century, we know that information delayed is information denied. So it is high time we have to initiate this particular strategy. This is what strategic human resource management means. So the first strategy was strategic planning. Clear your position. First of all, we have to know what all are the targets to be achieved. You have to know where I am standing. Coming to India, we have to analyze where I am standing now. If I am an underdeveloped country, or I am a developing nation, or I am a developed country. This you have to initiate, then fix your priorities, targets, then initiate an action plan. This is what we discussed in strategic planning. Coming to the next point, it was strategic human resource management. Even we have a HRD ministry in central government. Coming to state governments, we have education and youth welfare departments. So lots of effective systems are there in the country. The thing is, we have to utilize it. You have to motivate youngsters. Also, an important area in strategic human resource management is placements. Placements means organizing the entire thing in a systematic manner, appointing the right person for the right job or exact job. Because you have to appoint the best people. We need best people to initiate the task, because the competition is very tight nowadays. So we need better people, very competitive people. So this is what strategic human resource management means. The third strategy now we are going to discuss is strategic leadership. strategic leadership is an important area. When we discuss this topic, first we have to address the organization's perspective. In organization's perspective, strategic leadership is a concept where effective or efficient leadership activities are initiated. Otherwise, we can say that it defines a concept called people's development. When coming to an organization, I have to invest on my employees. Nowadays, in organizations, employees are now transformed into intrapreneurs. We know that entrepreneur is an important area in 21st century. But now in organizations, majority of the recruiters as well as employers give priority for intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs means you are still having a job, you are working in an organization, but at the same time, you will give your maximum to the organization. You will think as a shareholder, you will think as a managing director. Your powers and activities are maybe limited, but the thing is, you will always give more to your country. I would like to remind you the quote of John F. Kennedy. He used to say that it is not what you get from your country, it is what you give for your country. Even coming to the great visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he used to say that don't try to become handsome, please give your hand to some. So concepts like these we discuss in strategic leadership. It's an important area. So in organization's perspective, all sort of leadership activities which will support the activities of the employees or the internal environment as well as the external environment, and the target is you have to attain the organizational objectives. But coming to nation building, our job is to connect this management strategy with nation building process. So coming to nation building process, the big example I would like to give is our Prime Minister, respected Narendra Modi, Narendra Damodar Das Modi. We know that he is always a man of action. Now, in every nook and corner of the world, India is having a positive energy. When he used to go to other countries or he visit foreign countries, he used to maintain an effective diplomatic relations with all sort of countries. Just go through the campaigns of Modi ji. The first campaign called Make in India. This particular concept accelerated the movement of investments to India. Now, majority of the foreign countries are pumping investments to our country. Even coming to the campaign called the Startup India, Stand Up India. This particular concept had created lots of new budding entrepreneurs in the country. Many startups are now initiating, they are making even profits also. So, how come? Only through effective leadership policies. Even when you go through Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, DDU GKY, this project is also making revolutions in the villages of our country. Even rural youngsters are getting many opportunities. They just give a training, skill training, then they will give a certificate which is initiated by the government of India. This is what DDU GKY does. So this is very important, my dear friends. So concepts like these are very important in effective strategic leadership. So we need leaders for strategic leadership. Even when you analyze the state governments, coming to Kerala state, we know Pinarayi Vijayan, Honorable CM of Kerala. He also believes in action. So he is also an action man. The strategies, the ministry which he created is very efficient and effective. They are bringing lots of changes in the state of Kerala. So this is what we need in nation building process. Proper leadership, a man of action, a man with a vision and a mission. When we go through Indian national movement, we know that the empire called United Kingdom, we used to say that sun never sets in the British Empire. An empire where the sun never sets. This is what people used to comment about the great United Kingdom. But usually at the Oxford Union debate, our leader Dr. Shashi Tharoor had quoted that no wonder that the sun never sets in the British Empire, even the gods couldn't trust the English in the dark. Why we are saying that particular comment? Even British people supported that comment. I'm not making a point against United Kingdom. The thing is our essence, our energy. We initiated it in Indian national movement. A great man called Mahatma Gandhiji. He had a vision. First of all, I would like to depict Gandhiji as an entrepreneur. He had taken lots of risks, lots of decisions, strategies, management strategies. Even charka, for me charka is like a innovation. That is the reason because the great Steve Jobs adopted the picture of Mahatma Gandhi with charka for a Think Different campaign. Even Apple had produced an advertisement. So the thing is, the history of Indian national movement clearly defines the role of management strategies in nation building. Planning is there, organizing is there, staffing is there. Not only Gandhiji, Bhagat Singh was there, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was there, Subhash Chandra Bose, lots of women leaders. So the thing is, what we have to do is assemble these resources. This is what Gandhiji had initiated in our Indian national movement. So concepts like these we have to address in strategic leadership. So a country like India, we know certain threats are still there in the country, so we have to address it. We have to conduct proper survey in various states. Still literacy is a major issue in our country. Students are not getting that much knowledge. Even the situations of our university is pathetic. I think when we go through the top 25 universities in the world, our universities are not there. So we are having the large pool of students and youngsters. What we have to do is we have to train them. We have to give them a patriotic essence. Then we have to unify them. We are one among the country which maintains a secular nature. In India, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, even Jains, Buddhists, all sort of communities are having that much unity. So we have to accept this particular concept. Then we have to ignite our young minds. This is what strategic leadership means. So 3 concepts we had discussed. The first one was strategic planning, knowing where we are. Then comes strategic human resource management, which means appointing the exact people. It is not only recruiting, but maintaining a common goal, a common vision, or a common objective. Then we had discussed about strategic leadership. Strategic leadership means exact leadership, the exact man of action to govern all sort of activities. Now we are going to the 4th strategy. It is an important area in our webinar. It is called brand management. Brand management is a very familiar topic. Even we study it in management education as a major area. But our focus is to apply this in nation building process. So brand management simply means empowering our brand or strengthening our brand. We know that international brands are very acceptable in markets. Even when we say about KFC or McDonald's or concepts like these, lots of Coca-Cola, Pepsi. So international brands plays a vital role in inviting people. So no more further promotional activities are not necessary for these brands. Even coming to Royal Enfield, I hope that Royal Enfield is not having that much television ads. The thing is mouth-to-mouth publicity. People used to say that Enfield is an excellent bike, just ride it, you will be the king in the road. So concepts like this is what brand means. So activities, initiatives, action plans, which is developed by companies mainly to empower brand. This is what brand management means. So coming to nation building process, it is very important to brand and popularize or promote our activities. This is very important. Even China used to maintain a tagline that China is considered to be the world workplace, otherwise the workshop. The workshop of the world is known as China. This is what's happening nowadays. So now we have to promote our own strategies. India is the human resource capital of the world, the education hub of the world, the training of the global people, creating global citizens. So concepts like these we have to promote. Even Narendra Damodar Das Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, at the launch of Digital India, he used to maintain a particular quotation. It is very popular today. It's like this. In ancient times, our ancestors played with snakes. We play with mouses. So concepts like these, this is what I am discussing about. Even coming to Kerala, I think Kerala was the first state to initiate an IT park in Trivandrum. It was the vision of the late E.K. Nayanar. Even then we know that Karunakaran, a great leader of Kerala, empowered this particular project. So concepts like these is very important in brand management. How you brand your achievements, how you brand your activities. This is very important. We have to accelerate Indian youngsters. We know that lots of activities are there, but the thing is, it is not properly channelized. Even the term media management, when we discuss about MBA, Master in Business Administration, I think media management is now an emerging area in MBA. We used to say that HR is very important, finance is very important, marketing is very important, but nowadays majority of the world famous universities are focusing on media management. A focus with MBA with a focus on media management, because this is very important, my dear friends. We have to brand our activity. So what you have to do, or what we have to initiate is, first of all, we have to channelize the entire activities. I think in India we are having lots of student organizations which was run by government, and non-governmental bodies are there. The thing is, if the Students Federation of India, or Kerala Students Union, or National Students Union, or Akhila Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, all are having different ideologies. But coming to some common concepts, you have to work together. This is very important, friends. Campus unrest. We have to eradicate campus unrest. If in some colleges it will be controlled by SFI, in some colleges it will be controlled by ABUP, but you have to welcome other organizations. So concepts like these will unite the dividing tendency of certain concepts. This is very important. We have to unify the entire process. Then we have to promote or brand our capital, our human resource capital. Thus, we will have a stronger youth in the country. Youth empowerment is very necessary for nation building process. So concepts like these will also help in management strategies for nation building. So the last concept which we had discussed is brand management. You have to promote as well as popularize your activities. This is very important. Even you have to unify the activities of the states. In India we are having 29 states. Some states are very large, so some states are having medium territory, then some are very minute and small. But we have to channelize all sort of development activities. We know that certain realities are there. The global power, US is going to become the global power. Even some countries in Europe is going to become the global power. So where are we standing? This is an important area for our discussion. So we must create a vision. We have to equip certain activities, then we have to channelize the entire activities. Thus we can make a conclusion that nation building is an important area. So what we have to do is, we have to connect it with management strategies, especially effective management strategies. Thus we will have a vision and a mission. I would like to remind you the words of Benjamin Franklin. If you fail to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Thank you. Jai Hind.